So let's just talk about bubble sort in Python. So the bubble sort is a sorting technique and it is used to sort a list of numbers. So suppose we have the numbers 2, 1, 3, 0, 4. So to sort them we can use the bubble sorting technique. So let's just see how the bubble sort works. So in bubble sort we compare two adjacent elements, and now if the first one is greater than the second one, in that case we're gonna swap these two values. So 1 will go right here and 2 will go right here. And again we're gonna repeat the same process for these two adjacent values also, and this time you can see 2 is not greater than 3, so there will not be any swapping. So we're gonna continue with the next pair, and here you can see 3 is greater than 0. So in that case we need to swap these two values. So 0 will go here and 3 will go here. And again we're gonna compare these two values, and you can see 3 is not greater than 4. So there will not be any swapping. So we are done with the first pass. So after the first pass we have one element that is in the correct position. So 4 is in the correct position. And then in the second pass we're gonna repeat the same process, but not till the end of the array. Instead, because one element is already at the correct position, so we're gonna do the process from the first before the element that we have positioned. So we need to reduce that comparison space after every pass. So this way, if we repeat this process, we're gonna get one array which is sorted in ascending order. So when the first one is greater than second one, only then we are swapping. That's why we're gonna get the array sorted in ascending order. Now if we want this to be in descending order, then we have to do the opposite. When the first one is lesser than the second one, in that case we have to swap them. Now this is called bubble sort because here you can see the larger elements are bubbling up to their correct position. So here after the first pass 4 is at the correct position. This way after second pass we're gonna have 3 at the correct position. So this way after every pass elements are bubbling up to their correct position. So this is similar to the bubbles rising to the surface of the water. That's why it is called the bubble sort. So let's now take a look at the algorithm of the bubble sort. So first of all we'll have one outer loop. So outer loop I will run from 0 to the length of our array. Now inside the outer loop we're gonna have one inner loop. Now the inner loop j will run from 0 to n minus I minus 1. And that is because after every pass one element will be at the correct position. So we do not need to compare all of them again. One will be reduced, and that's why we are doing this. So we are reducing the comparison space by 1 after every pass. And then inside the inner loop we're gonna compare values. So inside that we're gonna compare if the element at the jth position is greater than the element at the j plus 1 position. So we are comparing the adjacent elements. Now if the first one is greater than the second one, then we need to swap them. So here we're gonna swap array j and array j plus 1. So we're gonna swap these two values. So this way we have to repeat this process, and after that we're gonna have one sorted array. So let's now do the bubble sort in Python. So let's just define one function. We're gonna call this bubble sort. So this will take one array. So first of all we're gonna have one loop. So the outer loop will run from 0 to the length of our array. Now inside the outer loop we're gonna have one inner loop j. So this will run in the range from 0 to n minus I minus 1, because after each pass one element will be in the correct position. So we do not need to compare all of them. That's why after every pass we are reducing the comparison space. And then here we're gonna compare them. So if the element at the jth position is greater than the element at the j plus 1th position. So we are comparing two adjacent values. So here we are swapping the adjacent values. So we need to keep repeating this process. So at the end we're gonna return the array which will be sorted. So let's now create one array with the elements like 3, 1, 2, 0, 4, and now we're gonna call the function bubble sort and we're gonna pass our array. Now this will return the sorted array. So we're gonna store this in the sorted array variable. So let's now print this. Now if we run this, so n does not exist, so here we have to use length of the array, and now everything is working properly. So you can see the array is correctly sorted. Now we can optimize this bubble sort. So in case when the array is already sorted, we do not want it to repeat all of this process. So for this we can use one simple flag. So here we're gonna use the swapped flag. So we're gonna make this false. So after each pass we're gonna make the swapped flag as false, and then here we're gonna make the swapped as true. So when there any swapping happens, then only we're gonna make it true. So suppose in a pass there is no swapping happened, so that means the array is sorted. So in that case this will not execute, so the swapping will be false because that is already sorted. So here we're gonna use the condition if not swapped. So if the swapped is false, in that case we're gonna break the loop. So this way when the array is already sorted, we do not need to repeat the whole process. We can just simply break out of the loop, and this way our bubble sort will be optimized. So let's just run this. So you can see we're having the same result. So this way we can use the bubble sorting technique to sort a list of numbers. So hope you understand the concept. See you in the next one. Take care.